Welcome to an overview of the City of Ashland Public Works Wastewater Department. The Wastewater Fund maintains two divisions, wastewater collections and wastewater treatment. The wastewater divisions are one of the most critical city operations that maintain quality of life in town. The wastewater collection system collects an average of 2.2 million gallons of wastewater every day and transports it to the wastewater treatment plant, where it is treated and released to Ashland Creek. The collection system consists of 113 miles of sewer pipeline with 2,245 access points and 6 lift stations. Lift stations pump wastewater from lower elevations to higher elevations, which allow gravity flow to the wastewater treatment plant, its final destination.
The Wastewater Fund has an annual operating budget of $7.2 million, with additional funds budgeted each biennium for complex capital improvement projects. The entire wastewater system receives oversight from the Department of Environmental Quality. Maintaining DEQ compliance is an ongoing and never-ending task requiring a dedicated crew and round-the-clock monitoring of the entire system. The collections crew has a full-time staff of 7 who are primarily responsible for the maintenance and upgrades of the 113 miles of sewer pipes. Every part of the system is cleaned yearly, and routine maintenance and repairs are never-ending. The crew also operates a closed-circuit television system to monitor the inside of the sewer system. Every year, over 20 miles of sewer pipes are inspected from the inside, and any problem areas are noted and repaired accordingly. At the end of the collection system, the wastewater enters the headworks of the wastewater treatment plant. Ashland has had a wastewater treatment plant for over 100 years in the same location. Our current treatment plant went through a near-complete rebuild in the late 90s and has been in operation continually ever since, treating billions of gallons of wastewater to meet and exceed DEQ requirements. Last year alone, the treatment plant treated over 770 million gallons of wastewater to extremely high standards before ultimately returning the water to the creek from which it was originally removed, Ashland Creek. The treatment process is very complex, with a full-time staff of 6 people who are dedicated to monitoring, testing, and repairing any part of the treatment process requiring attention. The process is monitored around the clock, with someone on duty 24 hours a day. The treatment process begins in the oxidation ditch with a biological process breaking down the waste. From there, the wastewater is sent to clarifiers where solids and liquids are separated. The solids are further separated in one of 2 centrifuges. Those solids are then disposed of and the remaining liquid goes back into the treatment process. The liquid portion of the wastewater at the clarifiers is now very clean and continues through a membrane filtration process, and finally through an ultraviolet disinfection process before it meets DEQ requirements. At this point, the wastewater has been treated to a very high level and it's now safe to release back into Ashland Creek.
The wastewater system is largely taken for granted, and that's just fine with us. Take a minute to imagine life without it, and you'll be glad our crew works as hard as they do. We're very proud of our wastewater system and the work we do to operate and maintain the system. There is nothing the city does that is a more direct benefit to the environment.